So, tell me about yourself. This is pretty much how every interview starts, doesn't it? And someone was recently asking me, well, what's the correct format to answer this question? So I thought I'd do a quick video on this. First of all, I just want to say there's no hard and fast rule. Listen to what I say, use it as a guide, and tweak it based on your personality and how you present yourself. So, first of all, I just want you to understand why people ask this question in an interview. It's not because they want you to go back to like your first job and spend the next 10 minutes talking about every single job you did. That eats into a huge amount of time of the interview, and they have eyes. They can see what you've done. The reason they ask this question is because it's really an icebreaker. It's an icebreaker for you and for them. You're warming up into the interview. You also might mention a few things that the person doing the interview will kind of hop onto, and they will continue asking questions about that. But really just recognize the main reason they ask this question is as an icebreaker and to warm you both up into the interview process, okay? So there are three different topics you can focus on when you answer this question. The first topic, you can talk a little bit about what you're doing right now in your current job. And remember, with any interview, it's not just about listing what you've done. Again, they have eyes, they can read your CV. They want to know, why is that relevant to them? So mention the experience that's relevant to them. Let them see that you've done your research. You know what their company goals are. You know where their challenges are. So you mention, in my current role, I'm doing X, Y, Z. I'm really enjoying this because of that. I feel it aligns with my values. I see that with your company, this is also an area that you're working in. Okay, so a little bit on that. The second point you want to start talking about is a little bit about your past experience. Don't go into detail about the first job you had after leaving uni. That's not what it's about. But you might want to talk about high level, a bit of experience that you have that is really relevant to the job. Or maybe you have some really interesting experience with a particular company or a project you talked on, or maybe you've got a lot of international experience. So you want to mention, and you can see in my past experience, I've actually always been working in this sector, or you can see I made the transition into this area because it's something I'm so passionate about. Or, you can see through my experience, the thread has always been that I've always focused on this particular discipline, whatever it might be. So just high level, how have you ended up where you are? Not going through every job, but just really high level, something you think is interesting for them to know about your past experience. And then the third thing you want to talk about in this tell me about yourself question is, why are you now looking? Why are you actually there sat in the interview room? So if you put all of that together, it might look something like this. I'm currently working here, I'm doing X, Y, Z, and I absolutely love this work, and I can see that in your company, it's really aligned with what you're doing. In my past experience, I've had a lot of experience in this sector, and you can see actually I've worked on several projects that are quite similar to the challenges that you're going through, so I feel this will bring a lot of value. And the reason I'm looking to change is, although I really enjoy what I'm doing, I'm looking to grow, and I feel there aren't that many growth opportunities in my current company. But looking at your company and the goals that you have and the growth that you're going through, I see not only will my experience actually add so much value, there's a great opportunity for me to learn here, because this particular thing you're doing, insert whatever it is something that I'm still looking to get experience with. So that is very high level what it might look like. Again, play around with this, practice it. Don't just wait until the interview. So write down what you might talk about when you're thinking about your current situation, your past experience, and why you want to move. Put it all together, practice it, see how does it feel right for you. And then when you're in the interview, it'll feel a lot more natural. And if you have any questions about this, please feel free to drop me a DM. I hope this helps.